Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this origami snowflake, and there's no cutting involved like with the regular origami snowflakes, so that's why I like this one, except for cutting it from a square into an octagon, but that doesn't really count because that's just shaping your paper. If you want to see how to fold this, then just keep watching. Oh yeah, and it's also pretty from the back. And it's also pretty if you hold it up to the light. Like that. So if you put it into the windows, it'll look pretty. See how parts of it shine through. Now you want to start with an octagon or a hexagon. I think most people would rather do it out of a hexagon, but it's a lot harder to make a hexagon than it is to make an octagon. So I'm just going to go ahead and make an octagon. An octagon is make a preliminary base or the triangle base, like that. Fold the top folded edge to the center line, like you're about to do a squash fold. And you can go ahead and do the squash fold, really. It doesn't really matter if you do or you don't. But as you can see, there's some excess that comes off the side when you fold that. And then if you just get rid of that excess, then you're going to have one side of an octagon. So you can fold it over like this. And then this is just the excess, so you just want to get rid of that. It'd be like one here, one side's here, then that's one side, and then that's one side. So you can kind of visualize the octagon that way. So after you make all those folds, you should see something like this. So then you'll see two of the little triangles, the sides of them make up a side of the octagon. So if you keep going around, these two make up a side of an octagon, but you have to just discard that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so there's my octagon, and it's okay that you have all these folds going around because you are going to use those folds. They might not be in this orientation, like the valley folds might turn into mountain folds, but all those folds will be used in the project, so don't worry about that. Alright. So now the way you know which ones are going in the right direction is you want to fold it in half like this, so you still have a straight side on all sides, and make a valley fold there, and then keep turning it. Every time you do that, all the folds are valley folds. So then you want to flip it over, and all those folds you just reinforced will now be mountain folds. And then you want to do the corner to the opposite corner and make sure those are now valley folds. So those should be opposite, going opposite the way the straight fold that you just did. Alright, so now you got all those folds reinforced. And now what you want to do is fold the side of the octagon to the center of the model, but only take it to this wedge, because think about this wedge as one wedge of the octagon, and each of those you're going to make an octagon. Basically you're going to make folds to make another smaller octagon, and then again another even smaller octagon. So I'll show you that. So basically you just fold the bottom edge to the middle, and then you make the crease but stop where the side of the octagon wedge is, the eighth of the octagon is. And then you turn it and do the same thing on this wedge. You start to have the sides of the octagon. So go ahead and do that whole thing all the way around. So now you'll see you'll have an octagon shape like this, and the big octagon So it's just mirroring the big octagon. You might have some extra little folds here and there. That doesn't really matter for this project. So now you have that folded there. So now you fold this to that fold that you just made, and you'll make another smaller octagon if you do that. See? So that's the new line that I just made. That's the old line. This is the edge of the paper that you're folding up, and you're folding it up to the old line on the opposite edge. But I actually think that you should flip it before you do that, so that if the smaller octagon is with mountain folds, the larger octagon should be with valley folds, and then vice versa if you flip the paper over. So now you'll see you'll have a little teeny octagon, a bigger octagon, and the whole sheet is still an octagon. Alright, so your paper should look like this. You should see the 3 folded octagons, the really little one, the bigger one, or the middle one, the bigger one, and then the whole sheet is an octagon too. I might have missed showing this step where you fold it in like that. So here's the halfway fold. That should be a mountain fold. So then you just fold the edge up to that mountain fold and you make a valley fold. And then the one, I'm pretty sure I showed this one. So it should go the edge, valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold, then the center, then valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold, the edge. And that's how you get it all the way across. And if you noticed, the ones going, the spokes going around should alternate from mountain fold to valley fold, mountain fold to valley fold. So that when you do this next step, it should be really easy because the crease pattern's all there. So basically what you want to do is do the accordion of the valley folds, mountain folds, valley fold on one of the spokes of the snowflake. And then the rest of the paper should lie in the right place. Then you go over to the next one, just turn it a little bit, do valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold, turn it again, valley fold, mountain fold, valley fold. And as you're doing that, you'll see you have some little extra paper coming out like that. So you keep going all the way around, and then you'll have something that looks kind of like this. Then you just have to make sure that the inside, you still have that valley fold there, but you want to make sure the inside is pointing upwards. And all of these little mountain and valley folds on the center are still going in the right direction. So you just kind of push it all together like that, and it should do that for you. Like that. So now this is pretty nice looking on its own. Just like that. So you can kind of call that a snowflake on its own, but just to make it a little bit more shapely, we have one last step. If you hold one of these up to the light, you'll see you have 3 triangles. The top triangle is the lightest one. It has the fewest papers. The middle triangle, and then the biggest triangle with the most papers in the middle. So you want to take that middle triangle, and you can kind of crease it to make the right, to give you like a pre-crease, but you don't have to. So all you have to do is kind of see where that middle triangle is, and then push it out like that. See? So you can open it up, and then if you push that two edges, or the 2 points of the triangle that are up here together, then you can kind of pinch the edges to make it stay in that orientation like that. So do that all the way around. So once you get all of the little edges of the snowflake done, that's what it looks like. That's the finished product. This is what it looks like from the back. So it's pretty on both sides, really. And so it's something that you can put in a window display or something like that. I think the one made out of an octagon really looks the same as the one made out of a hexagon. So why not just make it out of an octagon and make your life easier. Alright, so thanks for watching today's origami, and I will see you next time.